Yeah, I can hear you.
Now, see, so all should be on. Now try that. Try.
Test one, test two. All right, that sounds good. Link, can you hear
Yeah.
us?
Yep, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Now, see, so all should be on. Now try that. Try.
Test one, test two. All right, that sounds good. Link, can you hear us?
Yep, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Now, see, so all should be on. Now try that. Try.
Test one, test two. All right, that sounds good. Link, can you hear us?
Yep, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Now, see, so all should be on. Now try that. Try.
Test one, test two. All right, that sounds good. Link, can you hear us?
Yep, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Now, see, so all should be on. Now try that. Try.
Test one, test two. All right, that sounds good. Link, can you hear us?
Yep, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Now, see, so all should be on. Now try that. Try.
Test one, test two. All right, that sounds good. Link, can you hear us?
Yep, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Now, see, so all should be on. Now try that. Try.
Test one, test two. All right, that sounds good. Link, can you hear us?
Yep, we can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear.
Link, can you hear me? The microphone's on.
Test two.
I can't hear because I used to. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Test two.
Okay, there's something.
Link.
Can you hear us, Link? I can't hear them now. I know, we had to though. That was terrible. Are you guys hearing feedback? Can you hear
There's
us,
echo.
Link?
Yeah,
I can't hear them now.
that's good.
Okay, you can hear us? You can hear me?
I can
Are you
hear
guys
now, yeah, I
hearing
think it's good.
feedback?
Yep.
Can you hear
There's
us,
echo.
Link?
Yeah,
I can't hear them now.
that's good.
Okay, you can hear us? You can hear me?
I can
Are you
hear
guys
now, yeah, I
hearing
think it's good.
feedback?
Yep.
Can you hear
There's
us, Link?
echo. Yeah,
Okay, so what's happening is we say
That's
something
good.
and then it keeps repeating it.
You can hear us? You can hear me?
I can
Are you
hear
guys
now, yeah, I
hearing
think it's
feedback?
yep.
Crazy. I feel like we're in the twilight
Can you hear
There's
us,
echo.
Link?
Yeah,
Okay, so what's
I can hear
happening
them
is
now.
we say
That's
something
good.
and then it keeps
Okay,
repeating it.
you can hear us? You can hear me?
I can
Are you
hear
guys
now, yeah,
hearing
I think it's
feedback?
yep.
Crazy. I feel like we're in
Okay,
the
calm
twilight.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening is we say something
good.
and then it keeps
Okay,
repeating it.
you can hear us? You can hear me? Are you guys hearing feedback?
Hey, Link, hey, now. Now it's when you go to YouTube.
Okay, so what's happening is we say something and then it keeps repeating it.
You can hear us? You can hear me? Are you guys hearing feedback?
Hey, Link, hey, now.
Is he resetting the YouTube?
So what's happening is we say something.
I think he's gonna, he said give him 2 seconds and he's gonna fix it.
Okay.
Now try to say something.
It's like having the voices in your head quiet down.
Link, can you
Yeah.
hear us?
Can you hear us right now, Link?
I can hear. Yeah, although you're not real loud, Sarah, but I can hear you.
Do you want
All
to try
right,
turning?
Link, test one, can you hear us?
I can hear. Is that you, Ed? I can hear you. Yes.
Am I clear?
It's like an echo chamber.
Okay, let's see here. One other second. Hang on.
Hold on, Niles is still working on fixing it.
Okay.
Do this. Okay, test it now and see if you can hear. I'm just trying to.
Okay. Is this better? Is it still echoey for you, Link, Susan? Is that echoey? Or is that better? I can't actually hear you now.
We can't hear him now.
Bad though, we can hear you a lot
Oh,
better.
Yeah.
than-
there-
It's just
there you
echo.
are.
It's a lot of echo, but
A lot of echoing though. Yeah. Yeah, no, I apologize for all the delay as we work through. That's good. Just enjoy sitting.
Try something, Sarah.
Okay, can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
And is there an echo still?
Yeah, it's still like you're in the background a little bit, but yeah.
Like you think maybe the like the sound is not coming through my microphone, but being picked up someplace else in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
It's
Did you
not
hear
bad,
that,
though. I
Niles?
mean, we can hear you and understand you.
Now, do you think it's something to do with all the volumes are at max, like where the main station is, where it says the channels, there are 8 channels. One goes to the restroom, the lobby, the gallery, the PC audio.
Yeah, I'd say try to do that just slightly down. You don't want to cut too much, but just do it down slightly and see if that helps with it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say I can hear myself clearly out in the hallway.
Okay. Excellent.
All right, Link, is that any better?
Not really, but I can hear you and understand you, yeah.
Is it so bad that ask him, is it so bad that we can't proceed?
Do you think we can proceed as is?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is there a way for us to turn up their volume so that we can hear them a little better?
Tell Link to say something.
Link, can you talk for a second?
Check, check, testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can
There
you
you
hear
go,
us?
that's better.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you, Susan.
We're good? Okay.
Yes.
Now we'll just roll with it, and y'all can play with it tomorrow. Okay. Bye. Thank you.
All right.
You know, I was gonna zoom in.
I'm glad you didn't.
So Ed, is it September 18th when they're supposed to get the magic button in the new system or something? Is
Yeah,
that
I
when
think
it is?
next week.
So this is just letting us know why we need a magic button.
We do.
We do need it.
All right, and we have one guest in the audience. All right.
We have Rita. Rita Beck is here.
So we got Maria on the phone, we got Susan, Jim, and in the hall, I got Adam,
he can't
Sarah,
see
and
you.
Ed. That's correct. Okay.
All right, well,
So why don't we try to forge ahead? I sent out several things, including the minutes from the August meeting. I don't know if anybody had any additions or changes, but if not, we should move to adopt those first.
I motion to adopt the minutes from our last meeting, which was, what's the date?
All in favor?
oh, I second the motion.
Yeah, all in favor. Yeah, aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Link.
Okay, I really wanted to focus obviously a lot on Poolsville Day and make sure everybody is up to speed. And if you have any other things that we think we need to cover or we're not doing haven't got ready for Poolsville Day, I'd like to know that. But at this point, I'll just give you what I know. I think we're in pretty good shape. But I did talk to the building manager, and they will have the all-purpose room open on 5:30 on this 22nd. That's Friday evening. And I talked to the caterer this morning. They may come at that point and set up the round tables. I think they have 10 or 11 round tables that they set up. If not, they'll be there earlier the next morning. But so they may come that morning. But I will certainly come there that day at 5:30. And I don't know, Ed, if you can be there or not. But last time we rolled out the AV system and got that going, and the mic, and we put up the banner and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. So we don't need a lot of people. I think we're going to need 5 rectangular tables, 3 for the food and 2 for the coffee and so forth. But that's basically, I think, all we need to do at that on that evening. On the 23rd, they will open the doors at 6. I think the caterer is getting there around 6:15ish. Even though we've been pinging people, and Susan, you can tell me if this is off, but we've done a heck of a lot of resending the emails and trying to get the evats out to people. It's still, obviously, people still don't do that a lot of times, so we're still not 100% clear how many we're going to get. But I think it's going to be in the range of 60 to 70. It's
So-
at the outside, I think.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I think we'll be in good shape.
yeah.
We do know that because I got emails from them, the county executive is definitely going to be there. Evan Glass is going to be there. The D15 delegation, at least, I think 3 of them will be there. And Monifa McKnight, plus I think 6 other council members and several Board of Education members. And in the past, as you know, what we've always done at the breakfast is greet the guests and try to obviously allow some of those people, you know, the county executive, the president of the council, Manifa will want to make some brief remarks, and that's fine. So we can go ahead and do that. In terms of setup that morning, we also need a table outside because what we've done in the past, I had a greeting table out next to the back door, and that's where the name tags were and that kind of thing. So they pick them up there. In years past, they've gotten there around 7:30 to 7:45, and I expect that's probably going to be what they're going to do this time. We're going to try to start at 8 so that we can finish around 9:15ish or so and take some group shots, and then they can go out, and if they're going to go to Poolsville Day, they can do that. We have black and gold tablecloths, which would be great because of our high school. I also got an email, and Ed, I shared it with you, and you can tell us more about that as we get into the agenda a little bit. But Mark Carruthers is bringing 4 students from the high school, and Ed and I talked a little bit about seeing if we could find a way to have those students speak a little bit about their experience at the high school, and maybe somehow get into a discussion a little bit about the community center. We can talk about that in just a couple of minutes, but I wanted to make sure you knew he's going to be there too, which is good. So I think we're going to have a really good turnout. I sent you a run of show. I think we're pretty well set. The video's in good shape. I've got it on my computer, so that morning it'll be all set up to go. I've got my slide presentation, which I'm skinnying down a little bit more. Sarah, I thought because you've been so focused on healthcare in particular that when we get to the award for the champion of the Western County, I can send you a little script and some background on the champion of the Western County Award and how we set it up and all that. And maybe you'd want to do that part of the program, which would be the third part of the program, and make the award. The
That'd be
award's in
great.
good shape. I think we've got it is identical to last year. It's a really pretty plaque with glass features. It's really nice. So I think that's in pretty good shape. So I think everything is coming together pretty well. Ed, did you have any thoughts about the student? What we were thinking about doing, just to kind of throw it out there, is at the end of the program, since we don't have Joey Gearing's documentary, he just couldn't finish it in time. We thought we might bring up a little short segment with the students and talking about their experiences as students at high school, the kind of daily pressures they face, and if we can somehow kind of tie in the ideas about and the importance of having a community center, a place for a safe space for the kids. We thought that might be good, but I don't know, Ed, if you had any elaboration on that or thoughts about that.
Yeah, what I was thinking, I read over the email that Mark gave you, and I read through the information about the kids, and so I like that that you have some local students that live in Poolsville. I like that. I also like that you have a kid who goes to Poolsville who's not local. But what I was thinking was just reach out to Mark tomorrow and see if I can organize a time to sit down with him and his students and do a Zoom session while they're at school, maybe during their lunch, and
Okay.
just go over talking points in terms of things that need to be emphasized, and looking at the community center, the need for a community center. So I think that would be important. I think it would be good if he can get a student athlete as well. All right.
Mhm.
And so,
Yeah, can I ask who
Yeah.
are the 4 students, or
I'll send
at
it to
least
you,
like
too.
what do they represent? I guess.
sure, let me see.
I just want to throw out there as an option, if there's space for this. Sam and I have been working with Caitlin, who's the president of this Queer Student Union, the QSU. And she said they had over 26 students come to their club meeting yesterday, having a lot bigger turnout. And again, that would be a fantastic group to focus on for the community center, having a place to meet for all of our queer students. So I don't know if you want to include her on that list, but
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
and I don't know who else is going to be there. You know, I think it'd be great to have like someone who's maybe from music, theater, drama, someone who is from an athlete.
But I also think that the time, though, I think the 15 minutes might be a little bit long. Look, I just sent you an email, the kids.
Okay.
But I think, so if we look at that run of show, were you thinking 15 minutes for the kids to speak? Or were you thinking 15 minutes? I see it says student segment or short thank you video, but are we thinking student segment and short video?
There is a short video. We don't need to do that. I think if we just did the students would be good. If we only need 10 minutes, that's fine. And at that point, we're probably talking 9:10 or 9. If we finish then at 9:10, that's probably going to be fine. So,
Here's just another thought as I'm looking at who's on there. It's if you have the student segment, the students are one group, but I was thinking about the seniors also, and if they had a representative from the seniors that could be included in that 9 to 9:15 group.
yeah.
You know, maybe Marie or somebody from that group could just talk about, just either the rec center or the pool. I don't know if we want to blend that in there, but I think making sure that senior voice continues to be heard. I think the student voice is very important, but I think that senior voice is very important also.
Well, Maria should be there that morning, so I can contact her and see if she'd want to make a few comments about the community center. They gave me some really good background for, as you guys saw, for the swimming pool and why that's important. And I know they need facilities. That's one of the big points they always make. So,
And I think the other piece too, with the students, it's you don't need to have each student speak, because if there's 4 or 5 kids, we don't need every kid to speak, but maybe 1 or 2, and they work together on their talking points to make sure that diversity is represented in the remarks. But you don't need each kid kid talking, but they could come up there together as a show of unity. But then we have someone, and I could work with Mark to coach them through that.
I like that.
Nice. That was my computer, sorry.
Okay,
that-
I thought Jim was trying to say he had a song for the kids to sing. All right.
I think
I'm
that's,
happy to. I can make one up if you need me to.
I
No
think
problem.
I think that would be great, Ed. I'll talk to Maria. I'm sure she can make some comments.
Okay, and then
I do think
I'll
you're right. That we don't
I'll
want
reach out
extend
to
it too
Mark,
long.
and then I'll follow up with the group, with the Fair Access Committee, in an email after I connect
Okay.
with Mark.
Okay. Yeah, Mark was pretty excited about it, and I think it's a nice touch for politicians. Obviously, do want to hear from actual constituents like that. I think there'll be a really nice touch. So,
And I hate for the seniors to feel slighted, so I want to make sure they get airtime as well.
yeah. Hey, Sarah, in terms of the centerpieces, I got a note from Maureen O'Connell saying she had done one, and I told her she was invited, and she said she will be there. So, do you think it would be good to do up a list of the centerpieces you've got and just have them at each table? I was going to acknowledge all those centerpieces and also have those people stand up.
Yes, absolutely. I have heard from everyone except, and maybe all of you can help me reach these people. I've been trying to reach out to Landmaid and have reached out to Scott Gabe twice and haven't heard back. I don't know if anybody knows someone directly there that they can text and say, hey, can you look for this email? I can go there in person this weekend too. I just haven't had a chance. But that's one of them. So I'm gonna still haven't heard from Landmaid. I also haven't heard back from Crossvines. I've reached out to Rhonda twice. I don't know if that's someone who you feel like you could text or someone different that I could reach out to. But I would really love to have both Landmaid and Crossvines there. And then the third group that I haven't heard back from is the Sugarland Ethnohistory Project. I was trying to reach out to Suzanne. I've sent 2 emails, haven't heard back. So everyone else, though, I have heard back from. The list, I will.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Even if we don't have one at every table, if we got most of them and then we had a list of them, I think that would be great, and acknowledge them would be great too. So
Yeah,
that's a very good.
Yep, I've
It was a
got
good effort.
Kaleva, Locals, Essence, Sweet Lemon, HMD. So we've got a good list. Also Jen from Community Farm Share. So we still do have a good list.
Okay.
But I'm going to follow up in person with Landmade and Crossvines this weekend. If anybody knows how to reach someone at the Ethnohistory, the Sugarland History Project.
I didn't hear that. At the what?
The Sugarland Ethnohistory Project.
Oh.
Is Caroline Taylor serving on that board? Am I misremembering that?
Jeff Sypek does. I could reach out to him and see if he could do something about it. He's
Yeah,
on their
if
board.
somebody, if you know someone who is a part of
Yeah.
that organization and you could reach out to them, that would be fantastic. And then if they are interested, send me their email and I'll send that information on to him.
I'll reach out to Jeff and see.
Okay.
That's good though. Really, I think that'll be a nice touch. That's most everything. I think we're in pretty good shape. After the event's over, we take some pics, usually group pics, and then we have booth number 56, and usually Foundry takes all of the materials that are there, like the handouts and things, up to the booth, and then we take it over at that point. Our booth is right next to Maryland Balcombs, so it should be a really nice location, right in front of Fisher Avenue, right in front of Wayland Commons. So it's a nice location. So, and Maria, you said you could do the 11 to 12:15 shift,
Yes.
and then there's a 12:15 to 1:30. I can certainly do that one. And then we were going to do like 1:30 to the end, which is like 3:30, 1:30 to 3:30. I don't know if anybody can do that one or not, but
I can't remember what time I told you I could do.
Yeah.
I sent you an email a while back
Same
about
here.
that. I think
I
I was
can't
at
remember.
12:15 to 1:30. I could handle that one.
is that you, Adam? You
It's
said
me,
you could
yeah.
do
I can't remember what time I'd have to go back to the
12:15
email.
to. Okay, I can do so if you do the 12:15 to 1:30, I can do the late afternoon one.
What slot's not covered now?
Yeah.
They're all covered, I think. If Maria does the 11 to 12:15, the 12:15 to 1:30 would be Adam, I think, and then me, the last one. So 1:30 to 4.
I think so. Between that 1:30 to 4, it's a wide enough window. Maybe I could come over and give you a break also.
Okay. So that would be good. Susan, did you want to talk a minute about? So we've got, I think at this point, again, catch me if I'm wrong. We have a pamphlet that we put together. All of you saw it. That's kind of essentially a pamphlet about fair access and our objectives and so forth that we're going to hand out. The Poolsville Area Chamber of Commerce gave me 2,000 of their brochures that are about the area, which are a nice handout as well. So we got that. We got the fans, which are done, so we'll have those to hand out. And I thought I don't think we'll do the white paper at this point. I think we're going to wait on that till a while later. But I thought we would do a copy of our budget letter, so they all have that. So we have those 4 things maybe on their seats when they come in. That should be some nice takeaways, I think, for all the members who are there.
Yeah. And we also have the WUMCO poster that we're bringing to the event. We'll be bringing the name tags to the event, so everybody will have their name tag. We have a slideshow that we're developing for images across the years that will be ready to go. I guess that has to be loaded on your computer, on your laptop.
Right. That'll be running when they come in.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. We'll bring the registration list with us to record, the attendees as they arrive, so we can check off the folks that have RSVP. There may be a few that show up that didn't actually RSVP, but that's fine. And yeah, like you said, and we have a media alert that we're going to be putting out for Poolsville Days. At least I think we'll put it out a week before and then a day or two before as well, and do a little bit of outreach to the media to see if we can get some coverage that day of what you guys are doing. So, and like you said, the hand fans are done and they'll be delivered by next Thursday, I believe. And then the brochure has been revised. It's with the printer. If it's not done, we'll pick it up and bring it with us. Laura and I will be there at like 7 a.m. on Saturday. Both Laura and I will be there. And I'll take video and pictures. And I'll also, I was thinking I could grab a couple of sound bites from, Mark and Evan and whoever else is there from District 15, just about, Poolsville, the importance of Poolsville, the significance of the day, and 5 years for fair access, those types of comments from them that we can post on social media.
That's actually reminded me of something that it is the 5th anniversary, so we're going to try to do a little celebratory thing. I'm those little blow horns you have for parties that have the little thing that pops out when you blow on it. I'm getting 100 of those, and I thought we put one at each person's place. And Jim's always good about figuring out a way to get people to kind of participate in kind of some kind of celebratory thing. So I might ask him to see if we can get people to do a cheer for fair access or something.
Sure, I love it. Yes, you trying to say I'm a blowhard?
Yeah, well, that's kind of goes without saying, but anyway.
Yeah.
But I just think it'll be a nice touch, and I know it'll be humorous and it might lighten things up a little bit too. So.
Right, that'll make it a lot of fun. That's a great idea. Hopefully we get a good video camera rolling on that one.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I'll be on that for sure.
Great. Love it.
I already heard from Evan and Mark. They both do want to make remarks, which is great. Manifa, I don't know that she will, but last year she did. And I would suspect she probably will now because she'll have council members there. So, and that's fine. I think, having people like that at the very beginning, acknowledging them and letting them make some comments, they should be good ones. That'll be positive anyway. So that'll be good. So I think that's everything in terms of the Poolsville Day. I think we're in good shape. Is there anything I'm missing, or is there anything any of you guys want to raise that we need to do that I haven't mentioned?
Can I just ask a question at the booth? Will we have something like a QR code that links up to a sign up sheet if folks want to get more involved and be on our mailing list, if they want to be part of any of our advocacy efforts? I'm pretty sure the brochure, which will be at the booth and the people will have on their chairs, has that information for people to get involved in and receive emails and updates. Okay. Awesome. So anybody walking by the booth, there'll be more brochures for them to pick up, you're saying?
Yeah, we have plenty of brochures.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Plenty of brochures to have.
And we've got posters. I had some from last year, and I know that we prepared a couple new ones this year, but there was a nice touch to have those around the room. So one of them is a picture of the new high school. I think we've got one that summarizes our key issues. WUMCO there's one about WUMCO's healthcare initiative and what they've accomplished so far. So we'll have those around the room as well. And then plus the banner, which will be against the wall. So I think, we'll be all set up on Friday, and then Saturday we should be ready to go. All right. Well, thanks for everybody's effort on this. I think it'll be a great day. I'm really looking forward to it. And the only thing I'm not saddened by, but I'm just a little disappointed was I was hoping that either Aruna or we could possibly get the governor, but I don't think we're going to get either one. So, but next year is a political year, and I think it's a much stronger possibility we can next year. So we're going to have to start early and try to get them next year for the next Poolsville Day. I think that should be one of our goals, actually.
You'll have a lot of congressional and Senate candidates that will probably want to stop by next year. So, I agree.
All right. And I also sent around to you guys in the email a backgrounder or the agenda for the October 27th event at Crossvines. that actually started with some dialogue that we've had with Lily Chi, because as you, I think, know, Lily's background is she was the economic development director for the District of Columbia for 10 years, and she's got a strong economic development background. She really thinks the idea of having an event that focuses on how we encourage the Western County to thrive economically, and looking at the visitor tourist angle is really important. So she's kind of been spearheading that. And so far, we've got about 3/4 of the people on that agenda have agreed to appear, which, when you think about it, that's 3 secretaries of the Maryland governor's office are coming down, which is pretty phenomenal, actually. So
Yeah.
should be a really good event. And it's a half day. And obviously, you guys will all be invited. So will the commissioners, and I will have a lot of folks in the local community too, including people in the Chamber of Commerce and that kind of thing. So it should be a really good day. But we still got a lot of time for that. But I just wanted you to put that, on your radar screen.
Wait, what time did we say that was going to be at again?
It starts at
morning?
8 in the morning and it ends at essentially 12:30. So.
Okay.
In line with that, the other thing I wanted to mention is that Natalie Fanny Gonzalez, who heads up the Economic Development Committee for the council, just announced that they're doing a hearing on November 6th on agritourism. And Tommy Haybauer, her staff, the chief of staff, asked me to meet with him last week about it, and he's inviting us to testify, which would be great. That they don't usually do that. And usually they're informational hearings, but he said he would want us to testify. So I think that's a good opportunity too. I don't know yet where it's going to be, but it's not going to be at the council. They're actually going to try to do it in the field somewhere, which would be neat. So I don't know where that will be, but so I'll keep in the loop in that is when I hear more. But that's a good thing too.
Yeah, definitely. It's really good.
On White's Ferry oversight, I've mentioned it to Evan again. I still have not heard if they're actually, he said they were going to do a hearing. We haven't heard anything about scheduling something. It's at this point, we do know that there has been some activity in terms of the Revenue Authority looking at the issue. But I think it's also fair to say that at this point, there's no definitive announcements of anything that I can tell you. I don't think there's any major developments in terms of reopening the ferry right now that we can talk about. I think it's still, behind the scenes, there's some discussions going on, but other than that, I don't think anything firm has been, put in play at this point. It's sad, but we're still kind of where we were to some degree, many months ago. So we'll keep an eye on it, obviously, but at this point, there's nothing new to report on that, I don't think.
Link, do you expect that this will be one of the main focuses of the October 12th Transportation Town Hall that Marilyn Balcom and David Fraser Hidalgo are hosting?
Yeah, it could be. Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm assuming that's something that we want to bring a large Poolsville contingency to make sure that is a topic that's front and center.
Absolutely, it'd be a good idea, yeah. So we'll have to, after the Poolsville Day, we'll have to start getting in gear on that and try to get people to come out for that.
Yeah.
The other thing we want to do in that regards, Sarah, I think is there's also a budget hearing on the September 26th. It's at Black Rock Center. Mark is appearing. It's supposed to be on the operating budget, but when I talked to Greg Wims, he said, look, you got the county executive there. You guys should be there, and you should raise your issues with the CIP, and also the idea of funding a rural healthcare initiative is certainly worth mentioning. So,
okay.
So again, I think we'll put out a note and try to get people to come down if they can. Have some people there in the audience.
What was the date on
And that's at 7
September
o'clock at Black
26th.
Rock Center.
And the other one is also at Black Rock, the October 12th Transportation Town Hall is also at Black Rock.
Right, exactly. And then when I was talking to Greg Wims earlier last week, we were talking about where we are on everything from the CIP letter to the Rural Healthcare Initiative to White's Ferry, and he suggested that even the Fair Access has not actually met with Mark as a committee one-on-one to talk over things with him. He suggested we should try to schedule a one-on-one meeting with him. So he sent me a link to the scheduling person. I sent them a note saying we would like to meet with Mark as a committee to go over some of our issues. She's already gotten back to me, so I don't know how long that process takes, but I'm assuming it'll take some weeks before we could get a meeting, but that could be useful too, especially since the CIP letter, just went in, and it's an important part of, how we get him up to speed on what we're thinking. So hopefully that'll happen in the next month or so. And the only other thing I wanted to mention is I had sent you a draft of a letter regarding the covered swimming pool. When I was talking to Greg, that was one of the things he mentioned, was making sure that we highlighted that, because the rec department is involved in the budget process for that. So I talked to the swim team and I talked to the seniors about how a covered swimming pool would benefit their constituencies, and also did some research about how many families in our town there are that have at least one child. And so the draft letter reflects all of that. I got good input from both the seniors and from the swim team. So if you have any comments on that, let me know. But I think it'd be worth sending that. Robin Riley, the rec department head, is somebody that Jim and I've gotten to know pretty well, and she's very, very responsive. So I think sending her a letter, just reminding her about the covered swimming pool and how helpful it would be to the community, could be really good.
Yeah,
I
think
just
that's
want to
great.
add
The other piece to consider, because I did it with my young kids, is during the winter, I had to take them out, obviously outside of Poolsville, for swimming lessons in the wintertime, which was like, trying to give them something to do in the winter. I'm talking young, like toddler age, but a need for it, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say this affects everyone in our town. It's the adults who are swimming laps before they go to work to get their workout in, and it's the families with kids who need swim lessons.
Where does the swim team go now? Like, where do they practice?
Down at
Which
Germantown,
swim team?
and I forgot the other place that he said they went
We
to.
don't
They
have
go to
that.
Down County, obviously.
He's
Yeah,
talking
the
about
high
the summer
school.
one.
Yeah, so there's two. There's a high school team, and then there's.
I think that's what he's asking.
Are you asking about the high school team or the summer team?
No, the high school team.
The high school team usually goes up to the pool. It's most schools get pool time. I want to say up in Germantown, or some might. Yeah, the soccerplex, and then I know some schools will go use this pool that's over there near Ridgeview Middle School, the one that's up the street. They had where there's like a tennis club over there, but they also have a bubble for a pool.
Oh,
Link, I was just going to add, in addition to our focus in the CIP budget, then it would also, we need to parallel that with increased funding for staffing, because that's our summer pool was open for very limited hours. And when you reached out to the rec director, I remember she said it was a problem with staffing. They didn't have enough lifeguards.
It wasn't the money. It was the people to work. They had the money. They just couldn't find people to work to become lifeguards.
The kids.
That was the staffing issue. Because I had followed up with that one also, because I was real concerned about that.
Yeah.
And the issue wasn't the ability to pay. It was the ability to find people who would come in and even interview for it.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
however it is that we need to find labor, right? It's an investment.
Yeah.
But there's no point in us having a bubble if there's no lifeguards to staff it and it's not open.
Okay, I think those are the main items I had. Is there anything else anybody has for the good of the order? Really looking forward to it. I think it's coming together pretty well, and it's the last 4 years we've had great success, and I'm looking forward to another successful year. So,
And you guys, just as a FYI too, I don't want to minimize the amount of work that Link has put into all this. And I mean, really, Link, you're a workhorse. I know you got a lot going on with your family. We all have a lot going on, but you really are carrying the flag. And with this economic summit that he's working on and that we've been working on with various parties, it really is going to be, I think, in the end, it's rounding into being a bit of a memorable event for the Up County. It's kind of like it's like a turn the page event for us up here. And it's going to be the start of like a whole new chapter of recognition for this area and what we can bring to the table and our model of economic success. So, yeah, I'll tell you this, Link put together an unbelievable document and through a series of meetings, Lily Chi and others carved a bunch of holes in it. And I give him a lot of credit because he just rolled right back in and made it into something new and really appropriate. So a lot of work, buddy. Thanks a lot for doing everything you've done for the town. You're amazing.
Yeah, thank you,
Yep,
Link.
absolutely.
We echo the same things.
Absolutely.
Yep. Much appreciated, Link. You really,
Awesome job.
Thank you. Well, you guys have all really pulled a lot of the load too, and I got to say that this breakfast has really come together so well, and I know Foundry has done a lot of work too. You guys,
Yeah,
your work has been phenomenal too. So I think it's going to be great, and I just hope everybody really does a good job of really doing as much as they can to shoehorn people while they're there, and make sure we get our messages across to them more than once. So got the opportunity, we better use it. So.
definitely.
Well, thanks for the meeting tonight, guys. And like I said, I'll be there Friday night at 5:30 on the 22nd, and then 23rd that morning I'll be there. It's about 6:15 or so. So both those mornings, both those times, anybody who wants to show up, that's great. We will need a lot of help setting up on Friday night, but it would be good to have a couple people. And I know Ed, if you can come by with the electronics,
Yeah,
that'd
I'll be
especially
there.
appreciated. So.
If I can make Friday, I'll
Yeah, I
be
should-
Friday, but for sure I'll be
I
there,
should be there for both.
Saturday.
All right, thanks a lot, guys, and look forward to seeing you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait,
Motion
do
to
you-
adjourn the
Do you
meeting.
need? Would you like to
Yeah.
say anything? You sure? You're just here to listen? Okay. All right. Fantastic. Great.
Second the motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Aye.
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 All right. We'll see you in a week.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thanks, Link.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Sounds good.